All right, let's dive right in. I want you to get ready to rethink, well, everything you thought you knew about the sun. We're about to break down a pretty wild theory from our source material that says our star isn't just a ball of fire. It's something else entirely, a divine broadcaster at the very center of a cosmic game. So the whole thing really boils down to this one startling question. Just for a minute, forget all the astrophysics you know and just consider this. What if our sun is actually broadcasting a message, a signal sent out across the entire solar system? Okay, so here's the basic idea, the foundation for this whole concept. It's actually pretty simple, but wow, it's a big one. The idea is that our sun isn't just some passive ball of gas hanging out in space. No, it's an active, divine broadcaster, and it's sending out a very deliberate signal. Now, this is where it gets really interesting because it's all about the language, believe it or not. The source connects the ancient Egyptian name for the sun god, Ra, directly to its function, a radio, which sends out its signal using its medium, radiation. See that? Ra, radio, radiation. It's presented as three words, but really it's one single cosmic concept. And you gotta understand, this isn't just random noise. No way. According to the source, the sun's transmissions are super purposeful. They are actively shaping what happens in this whole system that it calls the game. It's like the soundtrack driving all the passions and the conflicts of this huge cosmic drama. But here's the thing. The sun isn't working by itself. The source material lays out this whole cosmic system with two main players. You've got the broadcaster, and you have the archive. Let's take a look at how they're supposed to work together. And yeah, this lays it all out perfectly. You've got two sides of the same coin here. Over on one side, you have the moon, which is called Alpha. It's described as this silent, cold archive, kind of like a cosmic hard drive, you know? It just stores all the data. And on the other side, you have the sun, Beta. That's the loud, hot broadcaster that takes all that data and blasts it out as this powerful signal. So one stores the info and the other one transmits it. Okay, so if we're running with this idea that the sun is a radio, you're probably asking, how? How does that even work? Well, the source claims that, kind of by accident, modern science has actually started to map out the exact mechanics of this whole divine broadcast. And the answer, according to this theory, isn't some kind of magic. It's all mechanics. The source is saying that stuff we see every day, cosmic rays, solar flares, are actually all part of a very deliberate three-step process that turns the whole cosmos into a divine communication system. So let's just walk through it. First up, you have cosmic rays, what the source calls the raw lore, or even the master tape, and they slam into the sun. Step 2, the sun's crazy powerful magnetic field acts like a transmitter. It basically imprints that raw data onto a beam of energy. And finally, that encoded beam gets sent screaming across the solar system in the form of high-energy gamma rays. And that's the signal. And you gotta love this. The source even gives the broadcast a killer name, straight from the band Queen, of course. This powerful, energetic signal, this melody of the game, is called Radio Gaga. Right, so you have this massive broadcast, but a signal doesn't mean anything if no one's listening, right? So who is listening to this cosmic broadcast? And more importantly, why does it matter so much? Well, the source points a finger at a few key groups. Some you might expect, huge organizations like NASA and these super advanced observatories like HAWK. But then it also mentions a much more mysterious group, a group known only as the Players of the OK Club. And this is the big twist. The source basically flips the script on what these places are really for. It claims they're not for exploring space, not in the way we've been told. Instead, it says they are massive, secret listening stations, built for one reason and one reason only, to intercept and decode the sun's broadcast. And that all leads us right here, right now, because according to the source material, we are at a super critical moment. The broadcast, it says, is reaching its peak, its climax. And the proof? The so-called smoking gun? It's something scientists are actually observing right now. The sun is shooting out the most energetic gamma rays humanity has ever recorded, period. Now, according to the source, this isn't just some random solar event. Oh no, it's a massive sign that the broadcast has been turned up to its absolute maximum volume. So what does that even mean? It means the divine radio isn't just on, it's blaring, like cranked up to 11. It's broadcasting the final climactic verse of what's described as a cosmic opera, and it's signaling that the current cycle is about to end. And that right there, that's why these elite groups are listening so hard. It's a desperate race against time. They're trying to decode this final verse to figure out the exact timing of what the source calls the final boss's arrival, before the game is over. So, after all that, this whole theory leaves us with one final and kind of chilling question. If this cosmic opera from the sun is really, truly playing its final verse, what happens when the music stops?